You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible.
Initially, I wasn't going to address this here, but I saw this here, and I had to go ahead and I sent a tweet. Yeah, I called him stuck on stupid and being a dumbass. Y'all pull this stupid tweet up. So Lil Wayne, y'all actually sent this tweet out, and if y'all want to see just how stupid this is, this fool tweeted this about more than an hour ago. Just had a great meeting with Donald Trump. Besides what he's done so far with criminal reform, the Platinum Plan is going to give the community real ownership. He listened to what we had to say today and assured he will and can get it done. What the hell is that fool talking about, Reese?
You know, I just want to start off addressing Lil Wayne by letting him speak for himself. This was from an interview he did with Nightline. I'm going to quote him, and then you guys can determine, people in the comments who are sure to say, oh, he's off the Democratic plantation or whatever. You tell me if this speaks for you in the Black community. He said, I don't feel connected to a damn thing that ain't got nothing to do with me. This is Lil Wayne discussing the Black Lives Matter movement on Nightline 2016. When he was when they said Black Lives Matter, what is it? What do you mean? That just sounds weird. I don't even know why you put a name on it. It's not a name. It's not whatever. It's somebody got shot by a policeman for a fucked up reason. I'm a young, black, rich motherfucker. If that don't let you know that America understands black motherfuckers matter these days, I don't know what it is. Don't come at me with that dumb shit, ma'am. My life matter, especially to my bitches. So that's who Donald Trump is meeting with and assuring that he is going to do right by our community. Notice there's no black community. It's complete bullshit. Lil Wayne is joining the ranks of the other propagandists, people who like smoke blowing up their ass. How these people are even equipped to talk about anything is ridiculous. But I will say this. What Donald Trump has been very effective in is he's been giving people with very low IQ and very low information, very easy things to harp on. Oh, Donald Trump has done a lot for criminal justice system, because he passed the First Step Act, which he basically had absolutely nothing to do with. Never mind the fact that he's restarted the war on drugs, particularly going after marijuana prosecutions and lengthening the sentences of it, and that the private prisons have had a boom and they're spending record money to get Donald Trump reelected. That's not criminal justice reform. He says that he's going to invest in black communities, even though, as I've already stated, 90% of black people were left out of the PPP. 41% of black businesses, 440,000 black businesses have closed under Donald Trump. If you look at his Platinum Plan, the numbers don't add up. He says he's going to give 3 million jobs. Guess what? That's 1.5 million jobs short of what black people need to reach full employment. He says that Joe Biden is going to raise taxes. Guess what, black people? You're going to get $5,000 more after tax income under a Joe Biden, Kamala Harris administration. You're going to see a $650 average tax cut. But what the Republicans understand is that if you're explaining, you're losing. So what you do is you give people these propaganda tidbits, something that fits in a graphic, something that fits in a meme, and you give other degenerate, low IQ, but rich and influential black people a platform to get out there and spread your propagandist message, because they're not critical thinkers, because they're rich. Somebody said I lied about Ice Cube getting PPP money. No, he got it's $1.6 million. You can look it up. You can Google it. And so you have these folks that are going to regurgitate very easy things to do. Almost every single person that I encounter on social media that calls themselves being for Donald Trump regurgitate that he got criminal justice reform done. That's a lie. And they regurgitate that he's going to invest in black businesses, even though 41% of black businesses have closed under Donald Trump, and he's not going to do a damn thing about it. And so if you guys want to let Lil Wayne the one who says, I'm rich, motherfucker, and my bitches love me, long as my bitches love me, represent you and walk your ass off the plank, then that's on you. But do not be fooled by this propaganda and this stupidity, especially when it's against your interests. Because I'm sure everybody watching this can use $5,000 more after taxes in their bank account. Lil Wayne don't give a damn about that. Or your black life.
And right. Erica, that's right. And Erica, here's the deal. There are people who actually use their brains, who take the time to actually do research. The Commons of the world, the John Legends of the world, the Kerry Washingtons of the world. You see what Snoop is out there doing. Shaq has now talked about voting for the first time. He did an event the other day for the Biden campaign. And here's my deal. Lil Wayne, if you want to endorse Donald Trump, go ahead. But don't sit here and think we stupid, Erica, by saying that the Platinum Plan is going to help black people. How in the hell is something one page? One page. Because the first sheet ain't nothing but a cover sheet. Okay? and again, and I said it. Lil Wayne, don't go on ESPN. Don't go on Fox Sports. Bring your ass here and talk to black people, and let's go over line by line. See, here's my challenge to you, Lil Wayne. Since you sat down with Donald Trump, bring your ass here with no codeine, no purple drink, and I want to go line by line. We're going to start with the top line. We're going to start with the top line, Lil Wayne, and we're going to go line by line. And I want you to explain to black people how Trump's so-called Platinum Plan is going to help black people. Line by line, Lil Wayne. Now, I advise you to read that damn thing first. Because what you don't want to do, Erica, you don't want to come over here with a long-ass pause when I hit you with a question.
I was going to say, if he's out of a lean-induced coma to put together a coherent sentence, congratulations to you, Roland, and to the RMU family. The other kind of, disheartening thing about this, people making these endorsements, that they do have large platforms. And there are these folks that do follow behind, love to retweet, quote tweet, and then say these are the reasons that they're not going to engage in the process. But, once you kind of put your phone away, once you put down Instagram, Twitter, all of these different mediums of social media, you have to deal with your real life. And so I hope that nobody is wed enough to anybody who, music can be the soundtrack of our lives, but the artists are people. And so I hope that nobody is wed seriously through this virtual world to an artist, to an entertainer whose job is to entertain, into actually throwing away your future. And they'll be a little bit more protective because they'll have the money to protect them for quite some time, but they'll still be black. So I think kind of like the moral of the story and all this, Reese read the tweet. These people have told you who you are. This man has said that he was an alien years ago, so that now he's back into human being form, and now he's meeting with the son of a Klansman. That is supposed to be how encouraging to people. I think that this is the opportunity for people to really just understand, there's this entertainment world that folks live in, and then there's the real world. The real world is this. COVID cases are going to be increasing in this third wave because people are going to have to stay in the house. And we know that we have a lot of homes that are multi-generational homes. We have the holidays coming up. There are people that are still being evicted, having their utilities shut off, and people who are, in fact, losing their homes. There are still people who are unemployed, underemployed, and that do not have anything coming from the federal government by way of unemployment benefits. There are kids who are forced to go to school, and those conditions are not the best conditions. And we've learned that our children are dying at a significant rate than white children from COVID. We have all of these different things going on, and that anybody would allow an entertainer into their mind to take away the very thing that's going to help build a better future for them and their family, I think is really kind of silly and ridiculous. So, turn off the Lil Wayne, use these next 4 days to really focus on what in the hell do you want to see different for you and your family, and exercise the process, which is to do that. And that one process for us right now is voting.
Greg, I do not criticize entertainers for using their platforms. What I criticize is when you're not informed. Look, Joseph Phillips, who played on The Cosby Show in the movie Strictly Business, is a black conservative. All right? Joseph Phillips actually reads stuff. Now, we might disagree on some policies, but I don't think he's stuck on stupid. He actually read some stuff. Well, again, when I talk to the likes of Chuck D, when I talk to Common, when I talk to John Legend, when I talk to Kerry Washington, when I talk to Jennifer Lewis, when I talk to Sam Jackson, when I talk to Denzel and Will Smith, I mean, these are all black entertainers who actually are learning about the issues. I'm not going to name the brother, but a member of a major singing group sent me a text saying last week, hey, man, I want to talk because there's some stuff I want to ask you about. Today, Bill Bellamy FaceTimed me saying, hey, Ro, man, I got some questions for you as well. See, what I appreciate about a number of black entertainers who I interface with is that they call first before they run out and say something, because they say, I might not have all the details. One brother literally said, hey, Roland, can you send me the platinum plan? I said, well, I can send you that one sheet, because that's all it is. But see, Greg, that's the piece there. And see, when you just throw stuff out there, and Trump really does think black men are stupid. He really thinks by saying, well, Cube helped us with the platinum plan, and then Jared Kushner comes out and talked about how black folks got to want to be successful. You sit your ass down. And then when you talk about stuff like this here, and again, the issue is not, oh, I met with Trump. The issue is you are endorsing trash, and you trying to sit here and think we going to believe it because you dressed like Steve Urkel. Come on, Greg.
Roland. Trump got what he wanted, was the photograph. And, and the hip hop community that made Donald Trump a hero while he was calling for the death of the Central Park Five should reconsider the fact that, stupid then and stupid now. Yeah, I said it. So, but, in the case of our young brother there, not so young anymore, I suppose, Dwayne Michael Carter Jr., Weezy F, baby. The F stands for fatuous, silly, irrelevant. See, understand what's going on here. I'm glad you had Cynthia Wallace on, because that sister's running for Congress in a district, as you say, the courts help redraw. And in that North Carolina case that Samuel Alito and Clarence Thomas and Kavanaugh tried to get the injunction counting any votes that come in after November the 3rd in North Carolina passed, and that they preserved so they can bring it back around and maybe throw all those ballots out once their handmaid joins them now and gets a chance to read the things. These white people have leaders that we can question their intelligence, but they're not entertainers. Meanwhile, this young brother, Brother Carter, was born, about an hour and 10 minutes away from the place, Baton Rouge, where the mayor, Adrian Perkins, has a chance to get in a runoff. Another person, Reese, I'm glad you brought him up, because Chuck Schumer seemed to stumble over his name as well. But instead of looking at that he is born from and represents, and say, can I help this brother out in his local politics? Let me tell him, maybe we can get in this runoff, and maybe some of these people in Louisiana and New Orleans, some of my homies will go out and vote. And by the way, now it's too late to mail any ballots. Walk them in, because I'm telling you, those three cases, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and North Carolina, as we said, they are setting it up so they can throw out all the votes that come in after November the 3rd. But instead of going to Perkins and Baton Rouge, Weezy F, baby, goes to see Donald Trump, because his only reason is himself. And our problem, finally, is that we be listening to ball players and entertainers, not that they can't have opinions, but if we're going to listen to any of them, let them be finally like a brother from Lumberton, whose family's from Lumberton, North Carolina, who was born and raised in New Jersey. A brother who said the artist has to use her or his craft to promote the struggle of their people, and that would be Paul Robeson from Robeson County, North Carolina, one of the three counties in North Carolina whose vote usually mirrors whatever the presidential election is going to be. We're in serious times now, so fatuous people need to be ignored.
And let me go ahead and close it out this way, because first of all, I got comedian Lou Nail up next, a sister who's talking about how Hollywood, black folks there are aligning when it comes to moving folks to vote, and they are talking about policies. Let me close with this here, Greg, because I think this is also important. When we talk about entertainers weighing in and speaking of policy, I need every black person who's watching to understand what I'm about to say. I'm going to give y'all 15 seconds. I need every black person who's listening and watching to understand what I'm about to say. If your mainstream media diet and your black media diet feeds you more entertainers talking policy than policy experts who are black talking policy, your ass need to turn the station.
No question.
Show me how many times CNN, MSNBC, Fox, ABC, NBC, CBS, how many times is Brad Pitt speaking for white folks?
Come on now.
Show me how many times is George Clooney speaking for white America. Now, I know MSNBC has Michael Moore on there a whole lot because he's there speaking for white folks in Michigan. But please, show me where they bring all these white entertainers and put them in the chair to have conversations about criminal justice reform, economics, housing, black maternity. How many times? I'll tell you why. Because it is designed for them to have folk entertain us and not inform us. Mm-hmm. See, they actually believe, and then black media, the silly ones, then take that and they go, well, ain't nobody gonna watch if we don't have some entertainers here to come on the show and dance and sing. No. When white folks are talking policy, they have Nobel laureates, economists, policymakers, members of Congress, folks with think tanks. That's what they have. But what they'll do to black folks is feed us an entertainer thinking that's who we following. And if you also black and you make comments such as, we are going to be led in the future by entertainers, you done lost your mind. Now, let me be real clear. I know lots of people in entertainment. I am not begrudging or criticizing what they do. But there was a reason I asked Ice Cube the question, where were you during the primary? There's a reason I asked him the question, where were you before George Floyd was being killed? And he actually gave the answer I expected. He said I was doing what I do, which means when you're a singer, your ass sing. If you're an actor, your ass act. If you're on Broadway, your job is to be on Broadway. If you are somebody who's a dancer, your job is to dance. Harry Belafonte knew what his job was. He knew he wasn't the one to lead the march. He said, I'm here to help you, Dr. King. Dick Gregory came off the stage in activism, but Dick Gregory also understood what his role was. James Brown knew what his role was. Berry Gordy knew what his role was. Diane Carroll knew what her role was. Sidney Poitier knew what his role was. They said, our job is to amplify the movement. Our job is to help fund the movement. Our job is to help King and A. Philip Randolph and Bod Rushton and Abernathy and Dorothy Height and Fannie Lou Hamer and Septima Clark and Diane Nash. Our job is to help them. But Black America, there's no way in hell that Black America is going to be led to freedom by Black entertainers. Because that is not what they are designed for. They are designed to help and amplify. Yet if we fall for the okie doke, if we allow mainstream media to somehow say, no, they speak for you. If I want to talk Black economics, I'm talking to Dr. William Spriggs. If I want to talk about Black women and money, I'm going to talk to Dr. Julian Malveaux. If I want to talk about what's happening with COVID, I'm going to talk to Dr. Ebony Hilton. You notice I just named 3 folk with doctor before they name. Not Lil before they name. Not Killer before they name. Not Ice before their name. But doctor before their name. See, what I'm talking about at some point, we have got, as Black folks, to learn to say, I'm going to need y'all to take a seat and let me hear from the experts. And then we going to follow the expert testimony and then say what we going to do. Because, see, here's the whole deal. I can't fix no damn car. I don't even like getting the tires rotated. My wife like doing that stuff. I don't, okay? I don't know what the hell a front tire and that tire, I don't know what they do. You know why? I take it to the doggone place and say, do what y'all do. Oil change, I don't know. The sticker says time to take it in. That's what you do. But guess, I went to Home Depot. Y'all, this true story. There was a pipe that was in our house in Texas under the sink, and my wife was fixing it, because that ain't what I do. Y'all can hate all y'all want to. I ain't fixing a damn thing. That is not the gift that God gave me. So she left somewhere with my sister. So I went to Home Depot. I said, man, look, I got to cook, so this thing ain't right. I go to Home Depot. And I go into Home Depot, and homeboy says, well, you need this kind of pipe. And so I get this kind of pipe. He then said, he told me you need a hacksaw. I said, what's a hacksaw? He goes, you don't know where the hacksaw is? I said, motherfucker, no. I said, that ain't what I do. I said, if you want to know how to start a newspaper, if you want to know how to shoot some video, if you don't know how to edit radio, then you call me. Now show me what a goddamn hacksaw is. That's exactly what I said. Because that's in it. That I know what I do. I know what I do. I have read a lot of history, but I'm not going to walk in Greg Carr's class and say, Greg, I need you to take a seat. I'm going to teach your class today.
On the history of journalism.
How arrogant can you be if you take that position? Yeah. So I need Black folks to understand that if we are going to move forward as a people, we are going to have the discipline to listen to the people who do what they do best. Not folk who all of a sudden decided to take pen to paper and to have a meeting and want to call somebody else. No, that ain't what you do. Okay? See, that's how we move forward. Now, I know some of y'all might be saying, man, you hate. No, let me be clear. I ain't hating on Q. I ain't hating on Lil, what's his name? I ain't hating on no entertainer. What I am hating on is when we as a people allow folk who are simply and grossly unqualified to speak on certain issues and to lead us down a path when they don't even have a compass to lead us to the promised land. Woe the day
don't even have a compass.
when we as Black folks turn our backs on experts. Turn our backs on experts. If my ass is lost in the jungle, trust me, I'm going to listen to the person who's been in the jungle who knows how to survive. What I'm not going to do is listen to somebody who's living in a gated community, who likely has never voted, who cannot articulate or break down the platinum plan, because the only platinum they know is a platinum record sale. That's who I'm not going to listen to and follow when it comes to our people.
Yes, sir.
I just want to go ahead and break that down.
Amen.
Reese, Erica,
Amen.
Dr. Greg Carr, I appreciate y'all been on the show.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. All right, the folks at Ceek.com, black-owned company founded by Mary Spio. They, of course, a virtual reality company. You can check out their content at Ceek.com, CEEK.com. You can do so, of course, with these VR headsets. You can look at it, of course, on your regular device or your pad or your computer. But if you want to experience being in the room, you can use this headset right here. All you simply do is just pop in your cell phone in here, pop it on, and then put this headset on, and you can literally experience their content in virtual reality. And so allows for you to do a 360-degree view of the room. But also, folks, they have the 360-degree 4D headphones right here. These are Bluetooth headphones. They have complete surround sound in terms of as you hear the particular music. Gamers love them as well when they're playing their games. And so it's just phenomenal bass in these headphones as well. You can get one or both devices at Ceek.com using this promo code RMVIP2020, RMVIP 2020. So we certainly thank the folks at Ceek.com for being a partner with us here at Roland Martin Unfiltered.